Hey everybody, I'm Sam Shaffer. I'm in Titanium Archery Products, and I want to talk to you about our side stabilizer mount. I'm going to get into the type of fasteners that it has, and I'm going to get into why it's designed in the way it is. So I've had a number of people recently purchase this product and then reach out to me shortly after receiving it from me and ask why one of the screws is seized up, why they can't get their tools that they're using to loosen this. And you know why that is? It's because I don't know if they're rushing through and just tearing the packaging open and ripping things off, or what exactly they're doing. They're not taking their time, but they're not observing something, which is really critical. We send this out with orange decal in place right here that's pointing with an arrow to this screw. That is a left hand thread screw. Let me repeat that. Left hand thread, not a right hand thread like you typically encounter on any number of other products in archery. Usually you're dealing with a right hand thread. This is left. Now the other two button head screws you have here that are in play, they are right hand thread. But this one right here is left. So what does that mean? It just simply means that it doesn't tighten to the right. It loosens to the right and it tightens to the left. It's opposite. So it's still a 3/16 Allen head, just like the other screws. We are going to shortly announce and offer a Torx head, a T30 Torx for this spot. It's going to be grade 5 titanium. It'll also be left-hand thread. That'll be available fairly soon, but as of now, these are all still 3/16. Even when the Torx head is available, the other two will still be 3/16 Allen. So real quick, why do we offer it like this? Why does it have left-hand thread? Because that is then resistant to the natural energy, the direction of momentum that the stabilizer will be applying to the bow while it's being shot. If it's resistant to that natural momentum, it will actually be tightening that joint. So this joint right here, right in here, where this arrow points to, that is that left-hand thread. That will be tightened by natural use of the bow. Also, if it is impacted in any way, the stabilizer, that will cause a further tightening as well. You don't have to worry about that particular joint becoming loose. And that is the one that would be most susceptible to that if it were going to occur. That being said, even if this were still right-hand thread, like a normal type of screw, if you set it up right from the very beginning and you use the right kind of tools, which I'm going to talk about in a second here, you won't have to worry about it coming loose. But not everyone does that. Not everyone uses the tools that I recommend. So what do people typically use to tighten archery products? Well, you'll see all kinds of things. And I use some of these too for various stages of tightening and setting products up. Here you have an Allen key set, all kinds of different sizes, right? That works pretty well, certainly in certain spots too, where you need to get into a tighter fit. That works pretty well. Here you have a T-handle, Allen. I use these often too. And then here you have your standard Allen key that you'll find included with many products that you purchase. They'll even give you these things. You can buy these in sets. Also can be useful. 3/16 is the key that you use that size. So if you want to use that to start, that's fine. But I don't suggest to use that to finish out the installation of these products or any products. You're just not going to get as tight of a hold as you need. Now here's a 1/4 inch drive. 1/4 inch is a relatively small socket wrench, but it's still capable of far more torque and tightening than any of those other items that I just showed you. This has, as you can see here, an Allen key socket. That's already bonded inside of there. I bought it that way. I bought a whole set. They're easy to find. This 3/16 drive, man, this does the trick. Now, I'm not going to give you a specific amount of foot-pounds of torque. I believe most people don't have access to the tools to calculate that as they're doing the work. Really, common sense comes into play here. When you feel that it's starting to tighten down sufficiently, and you'll know, you get that feeling, you'll know. Don't overdo it. Don't over muscle it. You don't have to. Just get it to the point where you can feel that it's really biting down nicely. And then experience will guide you as well. You'll know from shooting and usage what is required. But I do strongly suggest you get this in place and you use this as the final portion of your tightening and or loosening. If you have something down really tight, you certainly can get the torque needed, and if you have to add a lever even to this, you could add a lever to get yourself additional torque to loosen a fastener that is overly tightened, that is perhaps seized. Now, steel and aluminum can seize and bind up at times. So this is what you would want to use for that too. So summarize, left-hand thread screw is going to be in all of these. It has been for over a year. You must take note of the decal that's applied, and you must do it in the opposite fashion of what you would with the standard fastener. You can go to titaniumarcheryproducts.com if you want to learn some more information. A lot of information is deposited there on a daily basis. Videos, descriptions, product summaries are always being updated. If you're not sure of what it is that you need to order, you can always reach out via email or phone during the weekdays. But there's a lot more information there than people realize on the website. So go take a look and use the search function at the top if you need to help you locate that info. Thanks a lot. Take care.